Hi everyone, in today's Biblical Cities of the Holy Land video, we will take a look at the city of Arad. The site of biblical Arad is located on a low hill in the eastern end of the biblical Negev. In spite of the aridness of the region, the site was of strategic importance from the early Bronze Age and beyond, because of its location near important travel and trade routes, and during the time of the Kingdom of Judah, the Israelite fortress that was located there acted as an important border post between the kingdoms of Judah and Edom. The city had two main phases of occupation during the Old Testament period. The first settlement at the site was a large Canaanite city, which had an estimated population of about 2,500 people and was about 100 acres in size. The layout of the Canaanite city shows clear evidence of city planning and several examples of Canaanite buildings. These include examples of Canaanite temples and also Canaanite houses, known as the Arad houses, which were built following the same basic plan and layout. The Bible records in Numbers chapter 21 verses 1 to 4 that Israel fought against and destroyed the king of Arad and his cities after the Canaanites had attacked Israel and taken prisoners, as Israel journeyed through the wilderness. Later, the relatives of Moses' father-in-law, known as the Kenites, settled around the site of Arad, according to Judges chapter 1 verse 16. The next major phase of settlement at Arad consisted of a much smaller, square Israelite fortress that was located on the highest point of the site, that was built during the period of the Kingdom of Judah, so as to protect their border with Edom and any person trade on the nearby trade routes. The military nature of the site during the Kingdom of Judah is shown by the discovery during excavations within the fort of over 100 ostraca, or inscribed pottery sherds, that were written in Hebrew and that consist mostly of military correspondence between the fort's Hebrew officers. The fortress appears to have been destroyed and rebuilt on several occasions during its life as an Israelite fortress, until it was finally destroyed by the Babylonians in 586 BC. The site, however, continued to be used on and off after the destruction of Judah, for various purposes and by various peoples, up until around the 9th century AD. Within the fortress, a small Israelite temple structure that is somewhat similar in design to that of the temple which was built in Jerusalem, as well as a sacrificial altar in the courtyard of this temple, have been discovered. This structure was used by the inhabitants of the fortress during the time of the Kingdom of Judah, even though the construction and use of such a temple was clearly forbidden in the law of Moses in passages like Deuteronomy chapter 12 verses 5 to 6. This structure appears to have been abandoned and then buried either during the religious reforms of King Hezekiah or King Josiah of Judah, which incidents can be found recorded in 2 Kings chapters 18 and chapter 23. Within the Holy of Holies of the small temple were also found 2 standing stones and 2 altars for incense, which appear to have been used to burn both hallucinogenic substances and other aromatic substances, based on analysis of the remains of organic compounds that were found on the tops of the incense altars. It is thought that one stone altar and stone is dedicated to the God of the Bible, and the other stone and altar to a possible female consort. Now, such practices and pairings of deities were common in and around Israel during the Old Testament period, though such a mixture of biblical Old Testament worship and the worship of other gods and idolatry was very clearly forbidden in the Old Testament. However, in spite of such clear prohibitions against such practices, the Israelites clearly partook in such worship at Arad, which demonstrates the biblical accuracy of both the spiritual state of Israel during the Old Testament and the need of major religious reforms among the Israelites during the days of both King Hezekiah and King Josiah of Judah. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe for more new videos every Friday.